Hey guys, what's going on? It's Fry the Cop Guy here, and welcome to my channel again. Today, we are going to be taking this girl and finding them all new homes. So hopefully you're here to have some fun and learn some things. And let me just say that I'm not a mechanic, so don't expect me to be, I don't know, the most quick person to do this. But I will do the best I can, and I will help you along the way. Stay tuned.
Unit heading up to the code 3 chase. Suspect was last reported southbound on Highway 99.
The reported party? All units go to condition 2.
And we're back. And I was pulling my bike out of the shed and I dropped it. Who cares? I mean, second time, slow drop. You know, I'm not perfect. I need to get my drops out of the way anyway, because let's be honest, I'd rather drop them now than drop them on the trail, but that's gonna happen too, so whatever. Anyway, so this is the 3-gallon IMS tank. It comes with all these fun stuff right here. So it comes with the non-locking gas cap. It comes with the vent tube. Comes with some really sweet stickers. I think I'm going to go with the American because, well, obviously America. It comes with the extra gasket that goes on the back here, so I'll turn this around right here. So it's going to go on the bottom of the fuel pump here. And then, so that's going to go right there after you put the gasket off the other tank. And then it comes with these two brackets, and these brackets are to replace the ones that are spacers that are for the fender on the side here, because when you take this off, this is going to come out a little more, so there's going to be like 2 spaces on here, which are right there, if you can see that, and that's going to go onto here and use as a spacer to help put the fender back on. So yeah, with everything, with anything mechanical, things are always going to go wrong, especially in my case. But, you know, we're going to work through this together, and we're going to do what we can and hopefully figure this out and get it done as quick as we can. I'm going to go over some tools that I'm going to use, and then we'll go on from there. Almost lost you there. Alright, so first we're going to start off by taking off the seat. We're going to take off these 2 bolts. Right here. And then it's going to be 8mm socket with those. After those are out, then we are going to come up here and we're going to pop the seat off. Pop, pull back, push up, pop off. Sit down, sleep, sweet prince. Okay, after that is done, we are going to work on these fenders here. Pull these off. Actually, before we even get to there, let's do this. These fender guards, all they are right here is a little Allen bolt. And I'm going to pull that off and pull this fender guard off first. There's going to be one up here, right in the side here. And there's going to be that one down here. They're going to come out and they're going to have little sleeves, like sleeve washers. It's going to be a size 5 Allen wrench. The T-bar Allen wrench is also really good because you can get more torque. If not, you can get creative and use some extra long, because that one is a little seat a little further back in there. So it's kind of hard to get this one with just a regular Allen wrench. So if you have a T-handle or anything that can give us a little more torque to turn that out, that would actually work really well too. So, before you even get to the radiator shrouds, English, radiator shrouds, you're going to take these side fairings off. But don't do what I did and do that. Like I said, if there's anything to be done wrong, I'm definitely the person to do it. So, without making you guys sick, 2 bolts here, 1 bolt here, 1 bolt here, and the same on the other side. After that, pull all that off, and we'll keep working. So again, you're learning with me and I'm learning with you, so take those two sides off, and then down here you can see this. There's a little piece on the back of the actual part of the fender right there, or the fender guard right here. See that little hole right there? That little part goes where that little rubber piece is, right here. So you just gotta pull that off, no big deal. The next thing to come off are these two screws right here, and this screw up here. And again, it's going to be the same Allen wrench. It's going to be a 5mm. I believe they're Loctited in, so you might want to put some more Loctite on there, and it's going to sound like a little, like almost breaking. Obviously don't strip it, but at the same time it might sound like it's cracking. Just be careful when you take those out of there, because like I said, it's going to sound like it's breaking, but it's because they put Loctite in there. Also, one of the most important things is hydration. The best forms of hydration: beer and water. Okay, after you're done all that, after you take that bolt off the top, don't mind me, I kind of did a few steps, not a few steps, but just kind of move the tank around. Underneath is going to be the sensor for the gasoline and the fuel pump. So the fuel pump is going to be kind of difficult to take off. I see people use some kind of special pliers. As soon as I figure out what I do, I'm going to let you know. But all you have to do is, that clips off. It has like a little tiny, let me get this over here. It has this little clip right here on this side. It's like this, there's a little clip right here on this side. You can see that right here. That's going to be, take that off of there. Just got to push that in and pull it off. And this is going to be the bugger, as they say. So I'll let you know when I find out. Conventional, unconventional, whatever you want to call it. I used two flatheads, and I kind of held the tank against my side. These two little blue buttons here on both sides collapse, and it pushes those little spacers inside there open, so you can pull it out. When you take this off, it's a very smart and good idea. For one, that you turn the tank upside down, and for two, that you have a low tank or nothing in the tank, because this is where gas comes from, just so you know. It's also a good idea to have a good idea to remember. You put this back on, this portion points up towards the top part of the gas tank, because when you put this and that on there, you gotta make sure you put it on right, because you don't put it backwards, because then the wire's not gonna fit correctly, so you don't want to do all that. So again, those two blue tabs on each side, push them in, pull that off. Same thing with the electronic little tab right there, push that in, pull that off, and then you're good to go. You're now good to move on to the next step, which is transferring all of this to that. These are going to be all 3mm Allen wrenches, and again, they're going to be Loctited in. And that right there, ladies and gents, is the fuel pump, filter, the bolts, and this is the outer gasket. Now we're going to go to the other one and put the other gasket on. So we're going to come over here, get this bad girl, lay her on her back, put that down here like this, put the new one in, making sure that we're actually, before we do that, we're going to put the don't mind me, gasket helps. This brown gasket is going to go inside of the fuel pump, right in here. So right down, right in here. So where this little groove is right there, that's where you're going to put it in. And you're going to put this back onto there, and then I'll show you the finished product. The finished product. Like I said, make sure that hose is pointing forward towards the top of the gas tank. Make sure you're tightening these screws like you would a car tire. Top, bottom, left, right, just so you get the equal tension. And now you're going to take these two brackets, the one from up top here, the one from up top here, or bottom, sorry, and then you're going to transfer them accordingly, respectively, top and bottom. And then we're going to go back to the bike and put it on. Stay tuned. Okay, so after you do all that, you want to make sure that the bracket looks just like so. You want to have, obviously, everything plugged in back into the bottom, just like so. The fuel pump back in the fuel pump, the ECU for fuel back in the fuel. The bracket, bottom bracket's going to look like this when you put that back on, and same for the top. And we are going to screw that on. And before we do all that, I just want to also make another note. You want to make sure you take this off before you put the seat back on, because otherwise you're going to have to put the seat back on. This is used for the seat. So take this off and boop, pick that up and put that right here. So we have our side brackets, that one on that side, and this one right here for the seat bracket. Now we're going to put these bolts back on, that bolt back on, and then we're going to see if it works. Okay, so we got the side panels on, these on, that on, and that on. Again, I had to retighten it. It was a little loose. Make sure, obviously, it's very snug and tight. You can move it around. And then we'll see what happens from here. We're going to put some gas in it and hopefully it works. Okay, she's full of gas. I have a 2.7 gallon speed or quick fill I just bought from Cycle Gear. Fantastic, great thing. Has a quick fill nozzle. Push it in there, push it down, put all the gas in there, you're done. Good to go. Alright, well, let's see what happens. Sounds kind of strange starting up because I could probably, the fuel first started to just get in there, turn it off again, make sure the fuel pump works. Since it's a little more consistent, I'm going to do one more time. So it's more consistent. The first time I started up, it was kind of like, sounded kind of like it was really dry. So you just kind of want to make sure you get fuel in that line. And then, like I said, consistency and consistency. I do it like 3 times. Hear that consistent sound and try it out. And she works. Just like that. Let that run through, kind of that gas, get through the system, kind of push any air out. But like I said, that very initial one was only because there was issue. I thought there was a little bit of air in the line. That'll get pushed through, the pump will push that through, no worries. And yeah, so 3 gallon gas tank. Also in the you get the drain, or the vent for the tube. Just kind of shimmy it on top of here, push it through there. It sucks that you don't have a locking one. They do make ones that are locking, but not, you know, they're not done as far as, I don't know, I haven't tried it yet, I don't know. I'm sure they work, I just haven't got a chance. Plus like a lot of money, which is kind of crazy. Whatever. I got my duct too. Hee. So, yeah. So it works. Works well. When you get this tube, make sure you cut it. Cut it and then mold it over the vent that's in here. And right in your tree, your triple tree, there's a little spot for it. And just shove this hose right down the hole here, and you're good to go. And then it'll vent down through there and it'll vent out, and there'll be no worries. Also, you're gonna probably need to cut it. I cut mine because it was just too big. So yeah, I mean, like I said, cut it, and then after you're done, you put all your plastics back on, and you're good to rock and roll. Another thing to note too. By the way, you don't actually have to take the shroud off here. You do have to take the other shroud off that was over here, which is this piece right here on the other side, because it blocks the fender from coming off. So those 2 bolts earlier in the video that I told you to take off, just disregard that. I'm sorry. A little bit extra work, never kill anybody, and you can drink more beer in the meantime. Anyway, thanks for you guys for coming to my channel. I appreciate it, and I did it in just a matter of time because it is about to pour. It is butt off out here, so I am glad that I got to get this video in the nick of time. Thanks for coming. As always, there was always a few choice words that were edited out of the video. With anything mechanical, especially with me, it's always a pain in the butt to get anything done when it comes to working on bikes, working on any kinds of things. But if you have any questions, please leave a like and a comment below. Please subscribe. Let me know how I can make my channel better, how I can make it better for you, and what you'd like to see in the meantime. I actually have a LED system, or LED lighting for the front light. I know eventually I'm going to change maybe these ones, but I'm not really that concerned. I mean, my main concern is like riding at night, running in the woods at nighttime, or like when it's dark, and I want a little more light. So I think it was the Oxford LED light that I picked up. So that's going to be on this way soon. And I also got a low comfort seat for the WR, but that's also about 8 weeks out. So, but want to get this in, want to make sure it works well, and it does. And I'll get the plastics on later, and we'll be good to go. Again, thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you guys again soon. You take care.